Can you believe this is a Samoyed that was thrown into a deep well for a last breath? That day, we received a request for help from a fan lady. She said she found a furry child in a dry well in the field while doing farm work. We rushed here as soon as we received the news. I was also shocked by the scene in front of me. How could a child fall into such a deep well? Watching it lying there, breathing heavily. We just want to rescue the fur kid as soon as possible. When I got down into the well, I found it was much deeper than I thought. We learned from the uncles working nearby that this furry kid bit the child at home. The owner was very angry and beat and abused it every day. Finally, I still felt unsatisfied and threw it into survive and die in a dry well more than 10 meters deep. If a furry child does something wrong, you can educate him by beating him or scolding him, or even let him wander around. We can all understand. We can all understand. It pushed it into the abyss of despair and placed it in the S-land. We couldn't believe how there could be such a cruel owner. After rescuing the furry child with great difficulty, I didn't dare to delay for a moment and took him to the hospital. When we rescued it, we just wanted to get it out as soon as possible. I didn't find out in time that my pet had diarrhea and some blood in it. Dean's son suspected that the furry child had other infectious diseases. A series of infectious disease tests were done on the furry child. When Director's son checked, he found that the child's temperature was a little abnormal. The child has a high fever of 41 degrees. Canine distemper test also showed abnormalities with 2 faint bars. Dean's son said that he would retest the child in a few minutes. If there are 2 bars, it means canine distemper. If not, it proves that the furry child does not have any infectious disease. Looking at the desperate and empty eyes of the furry child, we are praying in our hearts. Fortunately, the furry kid has no infectious diseases, but its bleeding and high fever need further testing. Its hair was too long to check for other injuries. The doctor decided to shave its hair first to facilitate examination. The bruises and wounds hidden on the body during shaving slowly emerged. But when we are still immersed in the emotions of wounds, the furry child suddenly bleeds non-stop. It even sprayed on the doctor. The doctor had to simply and quickly clean the hair. Dean's son said the most important thing now is to stop the bleeding. It is now bleeding because the intestines are under the influence of gravity, causes intestinal rupture and bleeding in both the large and small intestines. And now it has a high fever and is bleeding. The situation is extremely dangerous and life may be in danger at any time. Dean's son immediately fed the child a safety pill. Give it an infusion for anti-inflammatory and cooling treatment. We were very worried when we saw our furry kid was bleeding. I did a blood test and took some x-rays on my fur kid. The blood test showed no abnormality in the child. The film showed abnormalities and the bladder was firm. The bladder is strong and needs surgery, but the child is weak now. Cannot undergo surgery. You need to wait until it fully recovers before you can have surgery. The most important thing now is to stop its bleeding. We finally heard the good news after we were so nervous and worried. The child has an appetite, but the bleeding has not stopped. Jaundice reappeared and liver protection drugs were needed. Dean's son suggested that we use imported drugs for our furry children. Imported medicine is expensive but effective. Let's consider it. We dare not wait even a moment as long as it is for the good of our children. No matter how expensive it is, you have to treat your furry child. Director Sun also prescribed oral medicine for intestinal treatment. The fur kids didn't want to eat, so we had to use special means. The Fan's family gave this poor furry child a name. Call it Kang Kang and hope it stays healthy. There are also many fans and family members who are concerned about Kang Kang's health. Medicines and supplements were sent. A variety of treatments are also available. Kang Kang has been recovering visibly since taking imported medicine. My spirit and appetite have improved, and I am gradually smiling. Before I knew it, my furry kid had been in the hospital for almost half a month. Dean's son said Kang Kang has recovered very well in recent period of time. You'll be well again soon. Watching Kang Kang grow from a dying man to a vigorous and energetic man now. We feel very relieved. There are too many unspeakable emotions in our hearts. Finally pulled Kang Kang back from the brink of death. Time passed quickly and Kang Kang was discharged from the hospital. Kang Kang seems to feel that he is about to go home. Unable to contain the excitement and happiness. Unable to contain the excitement and heartache. Keep surrounding Kang Kang to express welcome. Now Kang Kang has finally come out of the haze and ushered in spring. I hope it can always be this happy.